specifically the Ford Bronco. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're in the middle of November now, and I figured it'd probably be a good time to do another Ford production update, specifically on the Ford Bronco. I mentioned in a previous video about replacing my Bronco. I talked about the Heritage Edition, especially the two-door, and how it seemed like it was a really good deal, especially with the white painted modular hardtop. So Ford planned on making 1,966 each, the two-door and the four-door Heritage and Heritage Limited. 1966 obviously being the first year of the Bronco, the original Bronco. As of November, Ford has canceled orders for the Heritage Edition, the model year 2023. We already knew that 2024s were on pause, the orders, but I mean, people that had an order in, like imagine getting a VIN and then a production date for your Heritage Edition Limited, and you're waiting like most of us did for our Broncos, and then all of a sudden Ford says, oh, no, we're not going to build it. We're canceling them. I mean, a lot of us can feel for you, for sure. That's a terrible situation, but hopefully they get their production issues worked out. I'm still assuming it's still a Webasto issue, the makers of the hard top. Of course, since the last time we talked, there was the UAW strike. I guess the Michigan assembly plant was one of the first ones to go down, and they ended up being down for approximately, I think, 6 weeks in total. So basically all of October. Like the numbers we've seen for that month, I think there was 82 Broncos built and 4,800, just over 4,800 of them sold. Of course, the line would have been full of Broncos while the line sat idle, so there was a lot of people waiting on their trucks and were delayed because of the strike. Now, in the middle of November, model year 2023, unscheduled order bank retail orders. So we're sitting at about 8,800 right now. And it's looking like not all of them are going to get scheduled before they switch over to the 2024 model year. Obviously, probably because of the 6 week strike. It put them behind in the production for sure. The week of November 6th, there was 9,200 unscheduled orders in the order bank. So Ford has caught up a little bit, but I don't think we're going to see those 8,800 definitely get scheduled before the end of the year, before the end of the 2023 model year. But they are catching up a bit. If you're not scheduled for 2023, you're going to get pushed to 2024, and Ford is not pausing the price increase on those orders. So you'll be paying 2024 retail prices, unfortunately. These reports that I see online from Ford, they're generally intended for the dealers to get a sense of what kind of orders they can submit for stock lot builds. If they see like a ton of capacity for soft top outer banks, for example, the dealership can put in a ton of orders for those and see if they can get filled, and they can be pretty confident that they will get built and scheduled. Now, if you're a customer and you're looking at these numbers, you could modify your order, I suppose, in the hopes of getting a Bronco built. But constraints are always changing, and I think since day one there's always been something that's been constrained. back in the beginning of 2021 when I put my order in for my two-door Sasquatch Badlands. I never thought in a million years I would get it the same year, just months later, but it happened. I guess a video like this wouldn't be complete without talking about the current economic situation we're in right now, the US as well as Canada. Inflationary prices have gone up. The Fed, of course, trying to cool off the market, is raising interest rates. And when I was dealing with my insurance company to get a replacement vehicle, waiting on the payout from the insurance company, I ended up taking out a loan to get my Fiesta, and then subsequently paying it off in full when I got the money from insurance. But back then, in the end of summer, it was still 8.99% interest. I go to the Ford website on the build and price, and you're seeing about the same interest rate for new Broncos through Ford Credit as well. The Bank of Canada, I don't know about the Fed in the US, but the Bank of Canada has paused rate hikes, I think the last 2 cycles. So inflation is starting to come down a little bit, but people and businesses carrying a lot of debt right now are feeling the pressure of the higher interest rates. You're paying more interest, and because of that, people aren't likely to go out and buy new cars or spend money on things that they normally would. So on my way to work every day, well, most of the time every day, I go by my local dealership, Kitchener Ford, and there's been a Area 51 Wild Track 4-door on the display ramp there, and it's been there for I'm gonna say 5 or 6 weeks, if not longer. So I messaged Connor. He's a Bronco specialist at Kitchener Ford, and I asked him, what's going on with the Bronco sitting there. And basically he said it's for sale. It's been there for weeks. And he's basically seeing a general slowdown in car sales, and especially a lot of cooling off in the Bronco market. I mentioned in my other video, I suspected that with all the hype before the Bronco come out, all the people that wanted to get one have probably got theirs now. And of course, with the current economic conditions now, I think everything is really cooling off. We're seeing the super hot real estate market in Canada for the last few years is really taking a downturn. They want to move these Broncos off the lot, and he's willing to give a discount. I'm sure they don't want them lingering around before the 2024s come out hitting the lot. So if you're in the area, go see Connor at Kitchener Ford. Tell him I sent you if you're looking for your Bronco. Hopefully with the economic situation, we don't end up going into a recession, but with them pumping up the interest rates, trying to cool off the economy, it's a real fine razor's edge balancing that cooling off and not going into a technical recession. I think I still want to put an order in for a 2-door Heritage if they open up the order banks. I'd love to have one, but I think the best chance of getting a Bronco replacement bad mule would be to find one on the lot. I went online and searched inventory in the area. Kitchener Ford showing 6 Broncos on there. They were showing 9 or 10 about a month ago. So they're moving them. So that's basically all I got. So if you have an order in for a model year 23 and you're not thinking you're going to get one, it might be advantageous to maybe check inventory in the local dealerships. You might be able to pick one up on the lot, and you might be able to pick it up at a discount. And like I mentioned, if you're in the KW area and you're looking for a Bronco, Connor's got some over in Kitchener Ford. Go see him and tell him the Lonely Overland sent you. and maybe he can hook you up at a discount. Until next time, thanks for tuning into the video, and we'll catch you later.